Adobe Firefly is one of the most powerful AI platforms available today, providing us with access to tons of innovative and user-friendly generative AI tools. With Adobe Firefly, not only can you turn simple text prompts into jaw-dropping images and attention-grabbing videos, but also access tons of other cutting-edge AI tools that many other platforms don't offer. In this complete guide, I'll be demonstrating all the AI tools that are currently available on Adobe Firefly, so you can start using the platform like a pro. This includes AI image tools like text-to-image and generative fill, AI video tools such as text-to-video and virtual avatars, AI audio tools such as voice-to-sound effects and language translations, and much more. And there are tons of really cool AI tools to cover, so let's head over to Adobe Firefly and get started. To access Adobe Firefly, head over to firefly.adobe.com or simply click the link in the video description. So here's the Adobe Firefly homepage. From here, you can easily get started by typing in a text prompt at the top here, or select the type of project you're working on using the tabs underneath. From the Featured tab, we can see all of the featured AI apps, such as text-to-image, text-to-video, and translate video. We'll be going over how to use each of these shortly. And keep in mind, all of the generative AI models are trained on content they have permission to use, so all of the content that you generate should be commercially safe. So let's scroll back up to the top here and see what AI apps are available on Adobe Firefly. First, let's check out the Image tab. Here's where you can access several AI apps to generate and edit images. This, of course, includes the Text-to-Image app, where we can use text prompts to generate high-quality images. The Generative Fill app, where you can add or remove objects in your images, create images using 3D shapes with the Scene to Image app, use AI to expand your images with Generative Expand, add cool styles and textures to your text with text effects, and easily generate editable templates. And if we go back up to the top and go to the Video tab, we can access several AI apps to create and edit videos. This includes the Text-to-Video app, where we can create videos using text prompts, the Image-to-Video app, where we can animate our images, translate our videos into any language with the Translate Video app, the Enhanced Speech app, which is coming soon, and even create a virtual avatar with the Text-to-Avatar app. I'll be demonstrating each of these, but for now, let's scroll back up to the top and see what apps are available in the Audio tab. Here you'll find several cool apps where you can generate and translate audio. With the Translate Audio app, you can upload your audio and translate it into any language. And if you need to generate sound effects, you can easily do that with the Text to Sound Effects or the Voice to Sound Effects app. And if we scroll back up to the top, we can check out the last tab here, which is the Vector tab. Here we have a couple of AI vector apps, including Text-to-Vector, where we can generate SVG images using detailed text prompts, and the Generative Recolor app, where we can generate color variations of our vector artwork. So now that we've done a brief overview of all of the apps, let's go through each of them and test them out. To test out the AI apps on Adobe Firefly, let's start with the Image tab. Here's where we can use AI to easily generate and edit our images. I'm really excited to see what all these apps can do. So to get started, let's select the first AI tool here, which is the Text-to-Image app. If we click this, it'll take us to a menu where we can use AI to generate high-quality images. If you look on the left-hand side here, you'll see a menu where you can select several settings for your image. Using the first drop-down menu, we can select the AI model that we want to use to generate our image. I want to use the latest and greatest, so I'm going to go with Firefly Image 4. And using the next drop-down menu here, we can select the aspect ratio for our image. There are several aspect ratios you can select from, including widescreen, vertical, square, portrait, and landscape. For this example, I think I want my image to be widescreen. And underneath this, you can select your content type. We can select to generate a realistic photo image or an image with more of an art style. And if you're not quite sure what you want yet, you can leave it on auto and let AI decide. And using the next slider bar here, we can adjust the visual intensity of our image. This allows us to increase or decrease the overall intensity of our image's existing visual characteristics. Feel free to adjust this if you like, but for now, I'm just going to leave mine as is. And using the next section here, we can adjust the composition of our image. Here's where you can upload or select a reference image to adjust your image's composition. AI will analyze your image and try to generate an image with a similar structure and layout. And underneath this, you should see the Styles section. Here's where you can upload or select an image And the AI will analyze your image and try to generate an image with a similar style. And from the next section here, we can browse through tons of different effects that we can add to our image. And there are dozens of different effects that you can select from that can really enhance your image. And you can even combine effects to generate your own unique style. And if you want to select the color and tone of your image, you can do that from the drop-down menu here. Here you can browse through several color presets that you can select for your image. And using the last two drop-down menus here, you can select the lighting for your image and even the camera angle. As you can see, Adobe Firefly allows us to completely customize our settings so we can generate the exact image that we need. So now that we've reviewed the various settings, let's go over how to use a text prompt to generate an image. If you look at the bottom of your preview screen here, you'll see a text field where you can enter your text prompt. Here's where you want to use a detailed description to describe the type of image that you want the AI to generate. When writing your text prompt, you want to include clear details about the setting and the objects you want to include in your image. So let's say I'm creating an ad to promote my next online course, and I want to use an image of a person with glasses working on a laptop in their cozy home office. I can simply describe the image that I want in the description box at the bottom, then select the settings for my image on the left-hand side. I've already selected widescreen for my aspect ratio, but for my content type, I want it to look realistic, so let's select photo. Also, let's scroll down to the styles section and select a style to use for my image. I really like the shadows and ambiance of this image here, so let's select it to use the same style when generating my image. But for everything else, I think I'll leave it as is and see what the AI comes up with. So once you've entered your text prompt and selected your settings, go down to the bottom right here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze your description and your settings and start generating your image. This may take a few moments, but once it's finished, you'll have several AI generated images that you can select from. Wow, I think these all look great. Let's click the first image here to get a closer look. So here's my person with glasses working on a laptop in their cozy home office. As you can see, these look super realistic, and it's hard to tell these were actually made by AI. The details on both the person and the background are super impressive. And if you look at the shadows and the lighting, you can see they're very similar to the reference style image I selected. In my opinion, I think these turned out perfectly. I can now simply select the images I want to use and download them by clicking the download button at the top right of the image. The image will then be downloaded to your device, and you can use it however you like. The Firefly AI image generator is super powerful and not only allows us to create realistic images, but also abstract styles like cartoon or 3D style images. And this is probably the highest quality AI image generator that I've come across, so I highly encourage you to give it a try and see for yourself. So we've gone over how to use the text to image app, so now let's go back and see what else we can do. So from the image tab on the Adobe Firefly homepage, the next app we have here is the Generative Fill app. Here's where we can use AI to add and remove objects in our images and also expand our images as well. Let's click it to open it up. This will take us to a menu where we can upload the image that we want to edit. To upload your image, you can simply drag it over to the top box here or click the Upload Image button. You can then find and open up the image that you want to use. For this example, I'm going to be editing this image of a room here. There are several objects in the room, but we're going to see if we can use AI to change things up a bit. If you look on the left-hand side here, you'll see a menu with several options. This includes Insert, Remove, Expand, and Pan. For my room image here, the first thing I want to do is remove this toy car at the bottom. So to do this, let's select the Remove tab from the left-hand side menu. I can then use my cursor to simply brush over the object I want to remove. It doesn't have to be perfect, but make sure you try to brush over your entire object. And if you make a mistake and actually erase something that you didn't mean to, you can simply go down to the bottom and click the Subtract tab. You can then brush over the area to restore it. There we go. And if you wanted to use a smaller or larger brush, you could select the option here. So now that we've brushed over the toy car, let's go down to the bottom right here and click the Remove button. AI will then analyze the highlighted area and remove my object. Not only does it remove the object, but it also provides us with several generative fill options that we can select from. Feel free to browse through the various options and select the one you like best for your image. For my image, I think I like this third one here. So let's select it, and on the right hand side, let's click the Keep button. And as you can see, the toy car has been removed from my image and filled in with AI. and now it looks like it was never even there. So we've gone over how to remove an item. Now let's go over how to add new objects to your image. To use AI to add new objects to your image, let's start by going to the Insert tab from the menu on the left-hand side. So for my image here, I think I need a place to sit down. So let's see if we can add a chair to my room. To add a new object, the first thing you want to do is brush over the area that you want to add the object to. I think my chair will look good right around here. When brushing over the area, keep in mind the shape and the size of the object that you're adding. There we go. So now that I've brushed over the area that I want to add my chair to, let's go down to the bottom and enter my text prompt. For my prompt, let's tell AI to add a stylish wooden chair. And once you tell AI the object that you want to insert, go down to the bottom right here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze your text prompt, and after a few seconds, it'll provide you with several results that you can select from. So to preview the various options, simply click the images at the bottom here. And once you find the one you want to use, simply select it and click the Keep button on the right-hand side. My image now has a stylish wooden chair, and I have a place to sit down in my room. So we've gone over how to add and remove objects in your image. Now let's go over how to use AI to expand your image. To expand my image, let's start by going to the Expand tab from the menu on the left-hand side. When you click Expand, you should notice a grid appear on your preview. Using the grid, you can simply drag the handles in the direction that you want to expand your image. For this example, I think I'll expand my image at the bottom. And there we go. So after expanding your image, you can then use a text prompt to tell AI what you want to add to the new area. For my image, let's see if AI can add a rug to the floor. And after you've expanded your image and added your text prompt, go down to the bottom right here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze your expanded area and your text prompt and start generating your image. And voila! My image has been expanded and a rug has been added to the floor. I can now check out the various options here and select the one that I like best. I think this one looks really cool. So let's select it and click the Keep button on the right-hand side. And my image has now been updated. So using the Generative Fill and Expand AI tools, I was able to easily remove and add objects and even expand my image with a simple text prompt. I think this looks much better. And once you finish editing your image, you can use the buttons up top here to share it or download it to your device. I can now use my image for my next social media post, presentation, or anything else I like. So we've gone over how to expand and add and remove objects from images. So now let's go back to the home page and check out the next AI tool on Adobe Firefly. So the next AI tool we have here is the Scene to Image app. And this is a really cool AI tool that allows us to create images using 3D shapes. So let's open it up and test it out. And here's the Scene to Image app, where we can use various shapes and objects to create a scene and generate images. Using the scene preview here, we can add shapes to design anything that we can think of. And using your mouse cursor, you can easily resize and move things around as needed. You can use the arrows on the left to move your grid up and down, or the arrows at the top to move it left and right. And this makes it easy to get a good view of everything while designing. And if you select a shape, you'll see handles appear that allow you to manipulate and resize the item any way that you like. And this may take some getting used to, but once you're comfortable, you'll find it super easy to resize and reshape items. And to add a new shape to your scene, simply select the shape you want to add from the left-hand side panel here, and click and drag your mouse on the desired location. And there we go. With the cube shape selected, I can add multiple cubes to my scene if needed. And to select, manipulate, and resize your shapes, make sure you use the cursor options from the menu on the left-hand side. So whether you need to resize or rotate the shape, this will allow you to manipulate your items down to the tiniest detail. So let's add some more shapes to my scene here, resize the objects, and move things around a bit. When designing your scene, make sure you take your time and try to get everything exactly the way you want it. There we go. And I think I'm done creating my example scene. Before generating your image, make sure you use the arrows at the top and on the sides to preview your scene and make sure everything is exactly the way you want it. I think this looks pretty good. So now that I'm done creating my scene using the 3D shapes, let's go down to the prompt field at the bottom. Here's where we can tell AI the image that we want to generate using the scene that we created. So for my text prompt, let's see if AI can turn my scene into an old mysterious castle. And after you enter your prompt, simply go down to the bottom right here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze my scene and my text prompt and start generating my image. This may take a few moments, but once it's finished, you'll have several images that you can select from. Wow, I think AI was able to match my scene perfectly. If we check out the generated images here, we can see that all of my 3D shapes and objects have been translated into the image. So instead of generating random images using text prompts, this allows us to design and generate exactly what we're looking for. I can now go to the image that I want to use, click the download button, and use it for my next project. So that's a quick demonstration of how to use the Scene to Image app on Adobe Firefly. So let's go back to the home page and check out the next AI app. So the next Adobe Firefly AI tool that we'll be taking a look at is the text effects feature. This will allow us to use text prompts to add styles and texture to our text. So to test it out, let's click here to open it up. This will take us over to Adobe Express and open up the text effects feature. If we look at the text effects menu on the left-hand side, we can see there's all sorts of options we can select for our text. And at the top here, there's a text field where we can tell AI exactly how we want our text to look. If we type in liquid mercury, for example, AI will analyze our text prompt and add the effect to our text. And this allows us to do some really cool things with our text, and is great for creating custom designs and even print-on-demand products like t-shirts. So for the next example, let's start by changing the text here. Since we're currently editing on Adobe Express, I'll just use that as my text. And from the Adobe Express editor, it's super easy to resize and move your text around. And if you need to get back to the text effects menu, simply select your text. And from the menu on the left, click the Effects tab at the top. And from the Generate Text Effects section at the top, go ahead and click the View All tab. And from here, let's select the Create Your Own option at the top. And you should now be back at the Text Effects menu. So to transform my text using AI, we can simply go up to the text field here and enter a text prompt. For this example, let's see if we can transform my text into shiny gold. And if you like, you can customize your text here by changing the font, the tint, or even the style. But once you've entered your text prompt and selected your customization options, simply go down to the bottom here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze my text prompt and use it to transform my text. And my Adobe Express text has now been changed to shiny gold. And if we look down at the bottom of the menu here, we can even see several variations that we can select from. Feel free to click and view these and select the one that you like best. I think this looks pretty cool, but let's go back to the prompt field from the menu on the left-hand side and see what else we can do. This time, let's see if we can turn my text into wet glass. Also, I want the tint to be blue, so let's select that here. And for the style, let's try neon just for fun. So once you've entered your text prompt and selected your options, go down to the bottom here and click the Generate button. And let's see what the AI generates for my text this time. And voila! My text has been turned into wet glass. And of course, I can go to the bottom of the menu here and check out other variations as well. For my text, I really like this last option here. And if we zoom all the way into my text, we can see my wet glass effect is super detailed. Everything is crystal clear and the colors are super sharp. So feel free to test out the text effects and see what kind of cool styles you can come up with. And once you're finished, you can use your new text for your website, your presentations, your social media posts, or anything else you like. So from the Image tab on Adobe Firefly, we've gone over how to use the text effects feature. Now let's go over how to generate templates. If we click the Generate Template option here, it'll take us over to Adobe Express where we can access the Generate Template feature. Here's where we can use text prompts to instantly generate templates for posters, flyers, social media posts, or anything else we like. From the top toolbar here, let's use the drop-down menu to select to generate a template for our Instagram Square post. And once you select your template type, you can simply go to the text field here and type in a text prompt describing the exact template that you're looking for. For this example, let's see if AI can generate a template for an Instagram post promoting my upcoming digital marketing seminar on August 22nd. And if you like, you can even upload an image to use with your template, but we'll be going over how to do this shortly. But for now, let's go to the right-hand side here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze my text prompt and start generating my templates. And here's my AI generated templates for my upcoming digital marketing seminar. As you can see, all the templates already have relevant text and even business related images. And since the templates are fully customizable, it's super easy to go in and make any changes if needed. And if you see a template that you really like and you want to view more variations of it, simply hover your mouse over it and click the See Variations button at the top. AI will then generate more templates similar to the one that you selected. As you can see, all these are very similar, but with slight variations to the text and images. But if you already have your own image you want to use with your template, simply go up to the top text field here and click the Upload Image tab. You can then find and open up the image you want to use with your template. I'm just going to use the same text prompt, so let's go to the right hand side here and click the Generate button. AI will then start generating my templates using my text prompt and my image. And here's my new AI generated templates using my uploaded image. As you can see, my image has been added to all of the templates. These look pretty cool, but I think they could be a bit better. So to have AI generate more templates using my image, let's go down to the bottom here and click the Generate More Results button. AI will then get back to work and generate more templates. There we go. I think these look much better. So once you generate a template that you like, simply select it to open it up in the Adobe Express editor. From here, you can change the text, the colors, your fonts, the images, or anything else you want on your template. And generating templates with AI saves us tons of time, but everything on the template is still customizable if needed. And once you're finished customizing your template, you can easily download it or share it using the buttons at the top here. Whether you need to create posters for your next event or market your brand on social media, you can now use AI to generate templates for whatever you need. So on Adobe Firefly, we've gone over all the AI apps under the Image tab. Now let's go over to the Video tab. Here's where we can access several AI apps to create and edit videos. So the first AI app we're going to take a look at under the Video tab is the Text to Video tool. Here's where we can use AI to generate video clips using a simple text prompt. So to try it out, let's click it to open it up. This should take us over to the Generate Video tool. Before generating your video, you can use the General Settings menu on the left-hand side to select your video settings. Using the top drop-down menu, you can select the AI model you want to use. Keep in mind the Firefly video model is designed to be commercially safe. And underneath this, you can select your video resolution. You can select from 540p, 720p, and 1080p. And under the aspect ratio menu, you can select to generate your video as a widescreen, vertical, or square video. And underneath this, it shows your video's frames per second and duration. And using the next section here, you can select your camera settings, which include your shot size, your camera angle, and even the motion of your video. And using the section at the bottom, you can select the style of your video. And there are several styles to choose from, including 3D, black and white, cinematic, and more. So as you can see, there are tons of settings and options here to fully customize your video. So now that we've reviewed the settings, let's check out the video generator and see what it can do. To generate our video, all we have to do is go down to the text field here and describe the type of video that we want to generate. For this example, let's see if it can generate a video of a lion walking calmly through a busy city street. And for my settings on the left, let's change my resolution to 720p. And let's also scroll down to my camera settings, and under shot size, let's select medium shot. And for my camera angle, let's select eye level. And for my video motion, I think I'll go with the handheld option. And finally, under the style section at the bottom, I think I want my video to be cinematic. So now that I've entered a text prompt for my video at the bottom and selected my settings on the left, let's go to the bottom right hand side here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze my text prompt and my settings and start generating my video. This may take a few moments, but once it's finished, you should have an AI generated video that matches your description. So far the graphics look really good, but let's make it bigger so we can get a closer look. There we go. Now we can play the video and get the full details. And here's my lion walking calmly down a busy city street. Wow, I think that turned out perfectly. And after you generate your new video clip, you can easily download it and use it for B-roll in your next video, for your next presentation, on your website, or anywhere else you like. So we've gone over how to generate video clips using text prompts on Adobe Firefly. Now let's go back and see what else we can do. So from the Video tab on Adobe Firefly, the next AI app we have here is the Image to Video app. Here's where we can use AI to turn still images into video clips. Let's click it to open it up. This will actually take us back over to the Generate Video menu. As you can see, we still have my lion here from the last example. So to turn an image into a video, let's add my image by clicking the Frame tab here. And from the menu, let's click the first option to upload my image from my device. I can then find and open up the image I want to use. And as you can see, my image has been added as a new frame. For this example, I want to see if AI can animate this image of a fox. So now that I've added my image, let's add a new text prompt here as well. For this text prompt, I'm going to see if AI can make the fox sit down and smile. And before generating your video, feel free to adjust your settings on the left-hand side here. You can adjust your video settings at the top, such as your resolution and aspect ratio. And if you scroll down, you can also adjust your video motion. For this example, I think I'll leave it on the handheld option. So once you've uploaded your video, entered your text prompt, and selected your settings, go down to the bottom right here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze my text prompt and my image and start turning it into a video. This may take a minute or so, but once it's finished, your image should now be turned into a video clip based on your text prompt. So let's check out my new video clip here and see how it looks. So based on my text prompt, the fox should sit down and smile. Wow, I think this turned out great. This looks super realistic, almost like it's a real fox. It's pretty amazing how AI can take a still image and turn it into an actual video clip. And once you generate your video, you can simply download it to your device and use it however you like. So that's a quick example of how to animate images on Adobe Firefly. So let's go back to the home screen and check out the next AI tool. So under the Video tab, the next AI tool we'll be taking a look at is the Translate Video app. Here's where we can simply upload a video and translate it into any language that we select. So to try it out, let's click it to open it up. This should take us over to the Translate Upload screen. Here's where you can upload the video or audio file that you want to translate. Keep in mind, the file that you upload has to be between 5 seconds and 10 minutes long. And for this example, we'll be translating a video, so make sure the file format is MP4 or MOV. So to add the video that I want to translate, I can simply drag it over to the box here or click the Browse Files button. I can then find and open up my video. You'll then see a message here making sure that you have the rights to use the video that you're uploading. And if you do, go ahead and click the Agree button. And my video should now start uploading to Adobe Firefly. This may take a few moments, but once it's finished, it should be opened up in the Translate Audio menu. For this example, I'll be translating this 10-second clip of me talking about Adobe Express. If you look at the menu on the left-hand side here, you can see the source language of the video, which is automatically detected. And using the next drop-down menu here, you can select the language that you want to translate your video to. And at the bottom, you can even see a full transcript of your video. So for my example video here, it automatically detected that my source language is English. I think that's accurate. So let's go down to the next drop-down menu here and select the language I want to translate my video to. From the list here, there are over 15 languages and dialects that we can select from. Feel free to try out whatever language you like, but for this example, I think I'm gonna go with Spanish. And keep in mind, the amount of credits it'll cost will depend on the length of your video. And at the bottom, we can see the full English transcript of my video. So before translating my video, let's play the English version and see how it sounds. Adobe Express is my new secret weapon for turning my ideas into designs for t-shirts and other products. I need an app that can keep up with both my creativity and my schedule, and I think I found the perfect solution. So that's the English version, and if you were following along with the transcript, you'll see that everything was perfect. So now that I've uploaded my video and selected the language I want to translate it to, let's go down to the bottom here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze my video and start translating it to my selected language. This may take a few moments depending on the length of your video, but once it's finished, your new translated video should be available. If you look up top here, you'll see the language that your video has been translated to. And if you look at the left-hand side here, you can see that even the transcript has been translated. So now that my video has been translated, let's play it and see how the Spanish version sounds.
Adobe Express es mi nueva arma secreta para convertir mis ideas en diseños para camisetas y otros productos. Necesito una aplicación que pueda seguir el ritmo de mi creatividad y mi horario y creo que he encontrado la solución perfecta.
Not bad. I don't speak Spanish, but I think that sounded pretty good. Everything sounded crystal clear, and it even kept the music in the background after my voice was translated. I can now click the button here to download my new video and use it for YouTube, my website, or anything else I like. So we've gone over how to easily translate videos on Adobe Firefly. So let's go down to the next AI tool here, which is the Text to Avatar app. Here's where we can use AI to generate a virtual avatar using a written script. So to test it out, let's click it to open it up. This will take us over to the Text to Avatar menu. Keep in mind, to create your avatar, it takes 10 credits per second per language. So here's where we can use our own script to generate a virtual avatar. If we scroll down the page here, we can get a good view of all the different avatars that are available. They have male and female avatars and avatars of all ethnicities. Also, from the editing menu, we'll be able to change the background as well. So for this example, I think I'll just start with this avatar here. When you select an avatar, it should be opened up in the editor. Here's where we can add the script that we want to use and generate our avatar. Using the menu on the left-hand side here, you can select your scene settings. From the first drop-down menu, you can select your avatar accent. And there are several accents you can select from, depending on where you want your avatar to sound like they're from. For my avatar, I'm just going to stick with US English. And I've already selected my avatar, but if you wanted to select a new one, you could easily do that here. And underneath this, we can select our scene background. If you like, you can use the button here to upload your own image to use for your background, or select a color, or one of the images in the library here. There are tons of different backgrounds you can choose from with different scenes and vibes, so feel free to select the one that you like best. And once you select your accent, your avatar, and your background, you can go over to the right-hand side here and enter your script. Go ahead and type in or copy and paste the script that you want to use for your avatar. For my script, I'm going to have the avatar read off a promo promoting my upcoming digital marketing seminar. Also, if you want to hear what your avatar sounds like before generating your video, simply use the preview audio option at the top here. If you don't like it, you can change the accent. So once you've entered your script and selected your scene settings, go ahead and go down to the bottom here and click the Generate button. To generate my avatar, it's going to cost me 145 credits. That's fine with me, so let's click Continue. And the AI should now analyze my script and start generating my avatar. This may take a bit longer than some of the other apps, but once it's finished, you should see your avatar with your selected background. So here's my new talking avatar to promote my digital marketing summit. I have my video on the right and a copy of my script on the left. So let's play my video and see how my talking avatar came out.
Struggling to keep up with the ever-changing world of digital marketing? Join us at the 2025 Digital Marketing Summit on April 10th in New York City, where industry leaders reveal cutting-edge strategies to skyrocket your brand's success.
Wow, I think that's really cool. Although I can tell it's AI, the quality is excellent and the sound is crystal clear. I can now download my new talking avatar and use it to promote my upcoming digital marketing summit. So that's an overview of how to use the various AI video apps on Adobe Firefly. So now let's move on to the next tab here, which is the Audio tab. Here's where we can access several AI tools to translate and generate audio. The first AI tool we have here is the Translate Audio app. Here's where we can upload an audio file and translate it into a new language. So let's open it up and test it out. This will take us over to the Translate menu. Earlier, we went over how to translate a video, but this time we'll be translating an audio file. But remember, your audio file has to be between 5 seconds and 10 minutes long. And when uploading audio files, make sure you use MP3 or WAV format. So to upload your audio file, simply drag it over or click the Browse Files button at the bottom here. You can then find and open up the audio file that you want to translate. You'll then see a message asking if you have the rights to use your audio, and if you do, go ahead and click the Agree button. Your audio file will then be uploaded and you'll be taken to the Translate Audio menu. Here's where you can easily translate your audio into over 15 different languages. On the left-hand side here, the top drop-down menu shows your source language, which is automatically detected. And using the next drop-down menu, you can select the language that you want to translate your audio to. For this example, let's see how my voice sounds in Japanese. And at the bottom section of the left-hand side menu, you can see a transcript of your audio. So before translating my audio into Japanese, let's see how it sounds in English. This is how easy it is to translate your audio into any language using Adobe Firefly. So that's the English version of my audio. And if we look at the transcript, everything was transcribed correctly. So now that I've uploaded my audio and selected my language, let's go down to the bottom here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze your audio and start translating it to your selected language. This may take a few moments, but once it's finished, your audio should be translated into a new language. If we look on the left-hand side here, we can see that even my transcript has been changed to Japanese. So let's check out my translated audio and see how it sounds.
これは Adobe Firefly を使用してオーディオを2の言語に簡単に翻訳できる方法です。
And there we have it. I don't understand it, but my audio has definitely been translated. I can now download my translated audio using the icon here and use it to reach an even larger audience around the world. So that's a brief overview of how to use the Translate Audio AI feature on Adobe Firefly. So let's move on to the next AI tool here, which is the Text to Sound Effects app. Here's where we can use AI to generate any sound effect that we're looking for using a text prompt. So to test it out, let's open it up and see how it works. Keep in mind, generating sound effects will cost 10 credits per generation. So you should now be on the Generate Sound Effects menu. Here's where you can use a text prompt or your voice to generate sound effects. For this example, we'll be going over how to generate sound effects using a text prompt. So from the left-hand side menu, you should see a text field at the top here. Here's where we can simply describe the sound effect that we want to generate using a short specific prompt. For this example, let's see if AI can generate a sound effect of a malfunctioning robot with shuddering digital beeps, erratic static crackle, with a futuristic sound. And once you've described the sound effect that you want to generate, simply go down to the bottom here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze your text prompt, and after a few seconds, you'll have 4 variations of your sound effect. You'll get 4 variations of each sound effect that you generate, so you can select the one that you like best. So let's check out my malfunctioning robot sound effect here and see how it sounds. Not bad. I think these are all great sound effects for a malfunctioning robot. If you want to edit your sound effect, simply select it and it'll be added to the timeline at the bottom here. From here, you can crop your sound effect, adjust the volume, and combine multiple sound effects if you like as well. And once you have what you're looking for, you can save your sound effect to your device by clicking the download button at the top here. Your new sound effect will then be downloaded and you can use it to enhance your next project. So instead of spending hours searching for the right sound effect for your project, you can use AI to generate one instantly with Adobe Firefly. So from the Audio tab on Adobe Firefly, we've gone over how to generate sound effects using text prompts. Now let's go over how to generate sound effects using our voice. Using the Voice to Sound Effects feature, we can easily record our voice and have AI turn it into a similar sound effect. So let's open up the Voice to Sound Effects tool and see how it works. This will take us back to the Generate Sound Effects menu where we just generated a sound effect using a text prompt. Before we continue, let's clear out the last sound effects here. So we've already generated sound effects using a text prompt. Now let's go over how to generate sound effects using our voice. From the menu on the left, let's start by going to the Video Performance section. Here's where we can record our voice or upload an audio clip to generate our sound effect. By using a voice recording, you can control the timing and the energy by imitating your desired sound. If you like, you can upload a recording of your voice from your device. But for this example, I'm going to use the Record Voice feature here. With my voice recording, I think I'm going to try to make a sound effect of something falling, then exploding. So to record my voice to generate my sound effect, let's click the Record Voice option here. You should then see a 3-second countdown and you can start recording. So let's see if I can do my sound effect here. Beep. There we go. So that's my attempted sound effect at something falling, then exploding. If you want to preview your voice recording, you can use the toolbar here. Feel free to re-record your sound effect until it sounds exactly the way you want it. And once you finish recording your sound effect, go ahead and scroll back up to the top prompt field here. If you look at the bottom of the text field, you should see that your voice recording has been added. So now that we've added our voice recording, we're also going to add a prompt describing the sound effect that we want. For my prompt, let's ask AI to generate a cartoon sound of a bomb falling and exploding. There we go. So once you've entered your text prompt and added your voice recording, go ahead and go down to the bottom here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze my voice recording and my text prompt and generate my sound effects. Each time you generate a new sound effect, you'll be provided with 4 variations. So let's check out my sound effects here and see how they sound. Not bad. Some sound effects were definitely better than others, but overall this is a really cool feature. If you want to edit a sound effect, simply select it and it'll be added to the timeline at the bottom. From here, you can crop the sound effect, adjust the volume, and even combine multiple sound effects. And once you're ready, you can download it by clicking the download button at the top here. Or if you simply just want to download one of your variations, you can click the 3 dots icon at the top right hand side here, then click the download tab. Your new sound effect will then be downloaded to your device, and you can use it for your videos, your presentations, your website, or just for fun. So from the audio tab on Adobe Firefly, we've gone over how to translate your audio and generate sound effects using text prompts and your voice. I was hoping to demonstrate the enhanced speech tool as well, but it's not quite ready yet. So for now, let's check out the next tab on Adobe Firefly, which is the Vector tab. Here's where we can access AI tools to create and edit vector images. The first app we have here is the Text to Vector app. Here's where we can use a detailed text prompt to generate SVG vector images. So to try it out, let's click it to open it up. This will take us over to the Text to Vector menu. Using the menu on the left-hand side here, you can select the settings for your vector image, and at the bottom here, you can add your text prompt. So let's say I'm creating a t-shirt design and I want to create a t-shirt for pool players. I could simply go down to the prompt field here and tell AI exactly what I'm looking for. For this example, let's see if it can generate a vector image of a cool animated shark wearing sunglasses and holding a pool stick. I think that'll be a cool t-shirt. But before generating our image, let's go to the left-hand side here and adjust our settings. Under content type, we have the option to generate a full scene or the subject only. Since I want to create a t-shirt design, I'm going to select to only generate the subject. Under the style section, if you have a reference image that you want to use, you can upload it here. This is great if you have an image that you want to imitate the style of. And in the next section here, there are several effects that you can add to your vector image. And this includes effects like flat design, pixel art, minimalism, and more. For my image, I think I'm going to go with 3D. And using the bottom drop-down menu here, you can select your color and tone. There are tons of options to choose from, so feel free to select the one that you like best. For my vector image, I think I'll try the vibrant colors option. And when you select your effects, you'll see them appear at the bottom of your prompt field here. So now that I've entered my text prompt and selected my settings, let's go to the right hand side here and click the Generate button. AI will then analyze my text prompt and my settings and start generating my vector image. This may take a few moments, but once it's finished, you'll have 4 vector images based on your text prompt. And here's my cool animated shark wearing sunglasses and holding a pool stick. I guess when saying the word pool, I should have been more specific. It looks like some of the images include paddles and even beach balls. But this first image here looks like it's exactly what I'm looking for. So let's click it to make it larger. There we go. I definitely think I like this one the best, but let's check out the other ones as well. As you can see, the images are super high quality, even though it got a little confused with the word pool. But for my t-shirt design, I think this first one here came out perfectly. So to download it to my device, let's go up to the top right of the image here and click the download icon. And my new SVG vector image has been downloaded to my device. I can now use my new vector image for whatever I like, including creating new t-shirt designs for my print-on-demand store. So we've gone over how to generate vector images using text prompts. Now let's go over how to generate color variations of your vector artwork using the Generative Recolor tool. This will allow us to easily recolor our images using text prompts and AI. So to try it out, let's click it to open it up. This will take us over to Adobe Illustrator. Here's where we can access the Generative Recolor tool to recolor our vector images. But before we get started, let's delete this default image here and upload the image of my pool shark that I just generated. When adding your image, make sure you're uploading an SVG vector image. I can now simply click and drag on the template where I want my vector image to go. I think that'll work. So now that I've added my vector image, let's go over how to use the Generative Recolor tool. So if we open up the Generative Recolor menu, we can see there's a text field at the top here. Here's where we can simply describe the color palette, the mood, or the theme that we want to change our image to. And if you need some examples, you can view some sample prompts at the bottom here. So for my text prompt, let's see if AI can change my image to a red, white, and gray color palette. I think that'll be cool to make another variation of my t-shirt design. So once you've added your image and entered your text prompt, go ahead and go down to the bottom here and click the Generate button. But keep in mind, using the Generative Recolor tool will cost 1 credit per generation. So let's click OK and recolor my image. AI will then analyze my vector image and my text prompt and generate my color variations. Wow, I think these look pretty cool. To view your variations, simply click an image to add it to your template. As you can see, each of the variations contain a red, white, and gray color palette. Feel free to browse through your various variations, and once you find the one you like, you can export it and use it for whatever project you like. So that's a quick overview of how to use all the various AI tools and features on Adobe Firefly. If you still need to join Adobe Firefly or Adobe Express, make sure you check out the links in the video description. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.